the United Arab Emirates. Hello.
Happy birthday, Portal 2! Portal 2 officially turns 15 years old today. I mean, you could be a real bitch and say Portal 2 technically has 2 birthdays because it released a day early for the people who solved the Potato Fool's Day energy, but shut up, let me have this. Portal 2 is 15, and to say it hasn't had a major impact on my life would be a blatant lie. I mean, I own 11 copies of this game on the Xbox 360, and before you ask, no, I don't own an Xbox 360. Not to get too sentimental, but Portal 2 has changed my life. It's touched my soul, and it's clearly touched the souls of so many other people. I mean, really, how many other 15-year-old games are remembered this fondly? Point is, my love for this game goes deep. The meticulous attention to detail, the clever level design, the witty dialogue, the insane voice acting, the music. Oh god, the music. This game still has people talking after a decade and a half. I want to talk about it too. So I'm here to finally throw my hat into the ring. Ignore the 2 other times I threw my hat into the ring. I'm here to finally solve the mystery we've all wanted answered since 2011. How much does Chell even weigh? That's right, I'm doing a deep analytical dive into Portal 2 to discover how much the protagonist Chell weighs. Hey y'all, Bongo-matic here. So, Chell. We all know Chell, right? She's the silent protagonist of the Portal games. You know, she goes through a lot. Like, a lot. Way more than that Gordon Freeman ever went through. Gordon Freeman doesn't have shit on this girl. I mean, she survives 2 malevolent rogue AI systems, has to stick around this annoying British dude, gets berated and insulted the entire time while she's doing it. I counted. Chell gets called fat 15 times in Portal 2.
Pack on a few pounds. Maybe not quite as heavy.
About to be 210. Fatty.
Unfortunate bone structure to someone of your generousness.
Fatty. Adopted fatty. Fatty, no parents.
It's a little excessive for somebody who doesn't even seem that fat. Or does she? That's right, it's investigation time, Pipe down and pucker up. We're gonna start by looking at some of the things that Gladys and Wheatley say about Chell's weight in-game, just so we can get in a ballpark estimate. First off, we have Wheatley giving a pretty clear estimate as to how much Chell weighs.
Oh, did you bring your little portal gun? There's nothing to portal onto here, love. Just 10 pounds of dead weight. About to be 210. Fatty.
Wow, the portal gun's 10 pounds? And Chell's like one-handing that at the end of the game? Maybe I'm just weak, I don't know. Chell's 200 pounds. That's it, video over. Okay, video not over because, well, Wheatley is saying it. I don't really trust that guy. Other than that, we get some pretty vague descriptions. Mainly just saying, oh, she's gained weight.
Most people emerge from suspension terribly undernourished. I want to congratulate you on beating the odds and somehow managing to pack on a few pounds.
Let's take a look at Chell's in-game model, shall we? You see, Chell is 76 hammer units tall. Each hammer unit is about 0.7 inches, and Chell is, oh my god, Chell's 6'4"? Aperture, dude, she could be in the NBA, or WNBA. Aperture, she could be in the WNBA, Jesus. Okay, but accounting for the long fall boots, which adds like 2 inches to Chell's height, Chell's 6'2", which is still really tall. Now all we gotta do is just figure out how heavy a 6'2" Japanese Brazilian woman is in the year 2010, which is around when Portal 1 takes place. Okay, so according to the Alabama Department of Public Health, it's around 190 pounds or 86 kilograms if you're a weirdo who uses the metric system. Now, why does the Alabama Department of Public Health have data on this? I don't know. But hey, this is actually pretty close to Wheatley's 200-pound estimation. So, I guess he was right about something after all. Although technically if Chell was 200 pounds, she would be a pretty normal weight, so she wouldn't really be considered fat. Well, this has been Bongo-matic. That's it. Video's over. You can go home. Okay, fine. GLaDOS talks a lot of in Portal 2. Majority of it is unsubstantiated stuff, like Chell being ugly,
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid.
adopted,
They abandoned you at birth.
and fat.
Pack on a few pounds.
Now, she doesn't give us a hard number as to how much Chell weighs, but she gives us a pretty solid estimate. You see, after breaking an aerial faith plate in Chamber 9, GLaDOS begins to berate Chell for her weight, before adding a few zeros to accommodate for Chell's girth. Gotta get rid of that word, that's gross. We hear her press the 0 key 7 times.
I'll add a few zeros to the maximum weight. You look great, by the way. Very healthy. Try it now.
If we take her initial estimate of 190 pounds and add the 7 zeros, we get a total final weight of 1.9 billion pounds. Now, is this Chell's actual weight, or is GLaDOS making everything up? I'm pretty sure GLaDOS is making everything up. I don't think any human could be this fat and do all the stuff that Chell's doing. Also, GLaDOS comes to Chell's defense towards the end of the game.
Also, look at her, you moron. She's not fat.
So, I'm starting to think Chell might not even be obese, which is cool, I guess? It really doesn't answer how much she weighs, though. It just tells us that she doesn't weigh that much. Okay, I'm just gonna default to the null hypothesis here and say she's 190 pounds, based off Wheatley's estimation and the estimation we can make based on her in-game model. But if GLaDOS knows Chell isn't fat, why does she keep hurling these childish insults? I mean, Chell's mute, she can't even respond. Unless GLaDOS isn't insulting Chell. Stick with me here. What if GLaDOS is self-aware? She knows she's in a video game. She knows Chell isn't real. She knows that you're the one who's playing the game. She's calling you fat. So stick with me here. GLaDOS is Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club. But that makes no sense, I hear you saying. But oh yes, it does. GLaDOS and Monica are both AI systems that gain sentience, exert a totalitarian control over their respective environments. Both have an unrequited love for the player character that bubbles over as this kind of annoying dismissiveness. Both have an undeniable singing prowess.
Go make some new disaster. The ink flows down into a dark puddle.
Both of them end up being defeated when the player character starts destroying parts of them. Both of them eventually learn to set aside their feelings and let the player character go, even though it hurts. Their deaths open up power vacuums that end up being resolved when they decide to exert control one final time. How are these guys not the same person? But if Monica gets killed at the end of Doki Doki, how is she also GLaDOS? Now I'm going to do a sin of writing argumentative essays here. I'm going to cite myself. I've already proven that Monica has full access to the Steam Marketplace. Okay, here's a quick rundown. In Act 1, if you pick the Yuri path in Doki Doki Literature Club, Yuri pulls out a knife that matches the exact description of a blue gem karambit from Counter-Strike. A knife worth upwards of $1.5 million. Now, if you know anything about the Doki Doki lore, like I do, because I'm kind of a loser if you couldn't tell, the knife was in all likelihood planted by Monica to get Yuri to freak out the player character and get them to fall in love with Monica instead. It backfires and, well, you all know the rest. The point is, Monica got her hands on a blue gem karambit, meaning she has full unfiltered access to the Steam Marketplace, which makes sense given she's a self-aware AI and all. It makes sense, trust me. But if Monica has full access to the Steam Marketplace, who's to say she doesn't have access to the games too? That's right, Monica survived the events of Doki Doki Literature Club, and she's hiding out in Portal 2. Maybe she just hopped into Portal 2's file directory after being booted from Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay, quick side note, because I know some of you are going to bring this up in the comments. GLaDOS and Chell, not mother and daughter. They're not related. I want to make that clear. That theory pisses me off really bad, which is ironic because I make a bunch of theories that piss people off, but I genuinely draw the line here. It doesn't make any sense. It never has made any sense. Caroline's European, Chell is Japanese. It makes no sense GLaDOS never mentions this. It makes no sense GLaDOS would do this literal song and dance at the end of the game. I mean, this isn't a motherly love type of thing. This is something that you do to somebody you're in love with. Again, not motherly love. I'm talking like full lust. I want to have sex with you, machine love, robot shit. I don't know why I put that in there. Now the lyrics of Cara Mia Dio mentioned Chell being GLaDOS' little girl, but the writers of Portal 2 didn't know what the she was saying because the entire thing was in Italian. So it wasn't considered by the writers. It doesn't improve the plot in any significant way. It's not corroborated by anything that we see in game. Chell and Caroline are not related. GLaDOS is in love with Chell. End of story. There are people that believe this insane theory, and good for them. but know that I'm not taking it into account for this insane theory. Okay, Bongo-matic out. In the end, does it even matter? Because Chell isn't even a character. I mean, shameless self-plug number 2, but we don't know anything about Chell, and that's entirely intentional. Eric Wolpaw, the writer of Portal 2, confirmed Chell is basically just a blank, lifeless vessel for the player. When we start to look at it through that lens, a lot more things start to fall into place. Blank, lifeless vessel of a main character, rogue self-aware AI, fourth wall breaking, bumbling blue-eyed companions that kind of everything up, extensive logs and archives from the creators of the AI, endings involving space, songs about wanting to love somebody but needing to let them be, extensive connections to games that never ended up releasing, released on Nintendo Switch. Am I reaching? I feel like I'm reaching at this point. What was this video about again? Oh, right. So how much does Chell weigh? Like 190 pounds or 86 kilograms if you're weird and you decide to use the metric system. That's right, I got an eye on you Europeans watching my videos. So Chell isn't actually fat. She's just a stand-in for the person playing the game. Which means Chell isn't the one who's adopted and fat and mean, but you are. And I guess I am too. Also, GLaDOS is Monica from Doki Doki. Man, this is a weird video. Okay, well, this has been Bongo-matic, and remember to gently hug that subscribe button like it's your firstborn infant. Oh, yeah. Portal 2. Happy birthday, buddy. Happy 15th birthday. Go spend it with your friends. Go have fun. Hopefully we get like a documentary about how Valve made Portal 2. Probably not, though. I don't know. They're too busy with like the Steam machine and I don't know. This is Bongo-matic signing off. Goodbye forever. This channel is gonna get deleted in one day, so if you're watching this, goodbye.
Maybe I'll start feeling so bad.